The text of the sanctions that the Treasury Department released on Wednesday reads, "Today's actions increase pressure on Russia's energy sector and degrade the Kremlin's ability to raise revenue for its war machine and support its weakened economy." There was reaction from Donald Trump inside the Oval Office, who said that he felt it was time for Russian sanctions, but that he hoped that these sanctions would be short-lived. He added that when he has conversations with Vladimir Putin, that they are good conversations, but then they don't go anywhere. So some rather confusing messaging coming from the White House here, saying that both Russia and Ukraine are ready for a peace, in the words of Donald Trump, but then Donald Trump sanctioning Russia because he says that Russia aren't being genuine in the discussions that they're having with the US. Well, a bit on the actual sanctions themselves. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, in the sanctions memo said, given President Putin's refusal to end this senseless war, Treasury is sanctioning Russia's two largest oil companies that funds the Kremlin's war machine. Now, those two large oil companies are Rosneft and Lukoil. Transactions, therefore, directly involving both those companies, both its majority-owned subsidiaries and also assets within the US jurisdiction, are also going to be prohibited under these sanctions. One analyst, though, labelled these sanctions as performative, saying that Lukoil and Rosneft and others are already leveraging a Russian shadow fleet for their oil, saying that they sell into China and India with no issue. And of course, Donald Trump has made a big song and dance about the fact that India recently announced they would no longer be buying Russian oil and gas, and he said he would raise the issue with Chinese President Xi Jinping when he meets him in a few weeks' time as well. So this analyst saying that these sanctions lack any real teeth, because without secondary sanctions, personal name sanctions, or without sanctioning the 3 or 4 regional corporations responsible for Russia's money funneling for its shadow fleet, that this will have almost no impact to the Russian economy nor the war. So we are still waiting, therefore, for a proper impact analysis from financial experts about these sanctions, but the White House lauding this as a significant step forward, saying that they are prepared to go further if Russia doesn't come to the negotiating table.